And it's not to say that these beers are not incredible and that they don't deserve accolades and praise, but you got to get past it, man. I mean, there's so many good beers out there. You got to drink through it. You got to go to the source.
I like that. Drink through it. Nice.
Drink through it. I like that.
There's a life motto right there.
All right, everybody, welcome out to the Log Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, January the 4th, 2022. Jersey Johnny coming at you. With me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Mouthful. Got my mouthful, but
you got your wait. No, hold on. Let me get something straight. It's the beginning of the show, and you got your mouth full. No, That doesn't happen. You never eat. The first show of 2022, and you're eating already. Look at that.
Eating already. I got some spaghetti con gamberi.
Spaghetti what?
Spaghetti.
Right.
With gamberi.
Oh, there you go.
Now I'm eating aglio.
I got you. So why are you eating spaghetti today?
Because it's National Spaghetti Day.
Happy National Spaghetti Day. There you go.
And it's spaghetti. When would you know?
I know. This is true. You can eat spaghetti whenever.
Actually,
it's not National Spaghetti Day.
I was told this is technically linguine, though.
It is. Well, are you eating? Like, you didn't have to say that. I mean, actually, it looks like spaghetti. It doesn't look like linguine.
Okay, so spaghetti.
Very thin linguine if it's linguine. So, anyway. So, it is National Spaghetti Day. What other day is it? That's a trivia question for you. What other day is today?
January 4th, every year. National Trivia Day.
It's National Trivia Day. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. You got that one right. There you go. All right, so that must mean we're going to be asking some trivial bullshit on the show today.
Mm-hmm.
Not like we ever do that any other time. But
and at home, feel free to play along.
Yes, feel free to play along. If you want to ask us any trivia questions, please do. Try and stump us. Tonight.
That'll be pretty easy.
It might be pretty easy, but we'll see. Give it a try.
John's not feeling well, and I'm drinking some higher gravity beers.
There you go. So he's making up for it. There you go. And I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna kick it off with this one. This is an easy one. All right.
Okay.
And seeing as the Giants have taken the biggest dump on a season that they have in some time now, the last
negative 10 passing yards against
negative 10
Bears.
passing yards. That is a record, folks.
Yes.
The Giants set a record for least passing yards in a game, -10. That's a game. So
record-setting season.
Record-setting season, absolutely. So anyway, my trivia question is this: who was the first Super Bowl MVP to say, "I'm going to Disney World"?
First Super Bowl MVP to Disney World.
Who was the very first Super Bowl MVP to say, "I'm going to Disney World"?
Well, we know it wasn't Joe Marino.
Joe Marino?
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
I've got the guest name stuck in my head.
Well, actually, this is true, right? Well, the quarterback that beat Dan Marino was named Joe. So
yeah, it was that too. I'm going to go with, I don't know. Let's go all the way back. I'm going to say Joe Theismann.
Nope.
Joe Namath? Wrong Joe?
Wasn't Joe Namath either. No, because Disney World wasn't a thing when Joe Namath won the.
That's right. That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Hit it with
you were close with Joe Theismann. Closer with Joe Theismann. Same division.
Same division.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm not going to guess anymore.
Come on.
Let's not waste
Really?
time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a long walk for either of us.
It's not a lot of walk.
It's not a long walk for you.
For me.
Yeah. Yeah, because your favorite tight end of all time received a pass from him in this particular Super Bowl.
Who is that?
I can't give you his name more than that. Come on.
Who was I don't even know who the MVP was at the first Super Bowl the Giants won.
Want me to give you his number?
Yeah, give me the number.
11.
Seriously, Sims?
Phil Sims, yes. Phil Sims was the first Super Bowl MVP.
You could have given me 20,000 guesses. I would have never gotten. I don't even remember that Phil Sims won the freaking
Phil Sims
MVP.
was the MVP of Super Bowl 21, yes, and he was the very first Super Bowl MVP to say, "I'm going to Disney World." So,
and
Well, now a question that I thought was going to take 3 seconds now took a minute and a half. So that's
this is about a man who was once described as having the mobility of the Chrysler Building. So
no. Chrysler Building's faster than he was.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There you go. But whatchamacallit? Matt weighed in with Montana. It was not unless you were just saying Montana after Joe. So
better guess than Montana. He was just adding more Joes.
He was just adding more Joes, right? Exactly. So
how about Joe Morris?
Joe could have been Joe Morris, but Joe Morris did not. No, Phil Simms actually won this. Phil Simms actually still holds the Super Bowl record for that Super Bowl.
He holds the record for that Super Bowl.
He holds the record.
He had the most passing yards for that Super Bowl.
Most passing pass completion percentage rating in a Super Bowl, 88.3%.
Oh, yeah, it has. Okay.
Still to this day, it's the highest completion percentage.
I thought you had the record in that particular game.
Oh no.
It's the way you phrased it.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
You confused
no,
me.
I didn't have that record.
I need a beer.
So, there you go. He was a famous Joe. You're absolutely right. Montana, Theismann, Namath, Morris, and another one. We have another famous Joe on the show with us tonight.
Does your hat have anything to do with that?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm having a beer.
I thought you were like mooning the camera or something. I know what the hell it was.
I'm having a beer. My beer fridge is over there.
There you go.
I didn't want to knock
Bring it a
over
little faster. Get a little closer.
Didn't want to knock over the biscottis.
I got you. Well, why don't we bring tonight's famous Joe on the show? All right, coming to us from Bergen County, New Jersey, it's Mr. Joe Delcalzo right here.
There he is.
What's going on?
There he is. How are you, Joe?
John, what's up?
Not much. Yourself? How's the new year so far?
Oh, not bad. Can't complain. Started off good. Not sick. Don't have COVID.
This is always a good thing.
Knock on wood.
Always a good thing.
New
Yes.
daughter. So.
Brand new daughter.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
What's her
Daddy.
name?
Kira.
Kira Delcalzo. Very nice.
Yep.
Okay, that's got a nice lilt to it.
I like that.
Yeah. So.
KD.
Crazy start to a new year, right?
There you go.
There we go.
So when's the first beer going to be named Kira?
I don't know. We like to keep it private. I don't like to bring family into the beer, like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let them help out around there. Not going to put them on labels.
There you go. We need to put her face on it. You could just put the name. Yeah.
We'll see.
This is just so. Anyway, so how is everything in Little Ferry these days?
It's been good. I had a little bit of struggles with staffing because of COVID, as I'm sure like
everybody in the
industry
right?
everywhere is going to have right now. But otherwise, business as usual. Busy. Things were getting back to normal, and I think they will. Again soon. But
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good though. We can't complain.
That's always a good thing. When business is okay and you can't complain, that's a good time. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to open? What beer are you drinking? You're already drinking one. I already poured mine, my brown ale here. So,
I'm drinking. You know what? We had an extra case of Fex Horizon, one of our pilsners around the brewery when I was leaving today. So I figured I'd just grab that. Have a couple while I was up here talking to you guys. Something that's not going to get me hammered, but I could enjoy some clean and crisp. And fitting that it's the lager room.
That works. That works.
Why not?
So,
I'll be drinking no lagers tonight.
You'll be drinking no lagers.
What will you?
City,
it's a lot of double IPAs. So
yeah, I noticed that.
What brewery did you go to that you bought 3 different double IPAs for the night?
Well, once I got done with work, and apparently they keep calling me. They called me just as the show was beginning. But
the brewery or your work?
The work.
All right.
Won't leave me alone. So I realized I have no Brix City in the house. It'd be reprehensible to live less than 20 minutes away from the brewery and not have it. So I did like a midnight run, so to speak. And I picked up 3. We're going to start here.
Grateful Gems. There you go.
Yeah, we're going to start there because, to match John's hat.
Kind of, sort of.
He's got the heady jams. Now, this is what, Citroen Mosaic?
Yeah. So that's the theme amongst all of the Jam series beers. They all start Citroen Mosaic, and then they branch off from there. So Heady Jams will go Citroen Mosaic and then Galaxy. But the 2 originals were Tasty Jams and Grateful Jams, and they are Tasty is a single IPA with Citroen Mosaic, and Grateful is a double IPA with Citroen Mosaic. Everything after that is just an add-on, whether it's a fruit, whether it's another hop. We just like to do one additional ingredient for it.
Oreo cookies or brownies or that's the other brewery in Bergen. Never mind.
Yeah, well, wait, I wasn't going to go there, but now that you did, no, I'm kidding. Anyway, Matt Potensky just wants to say, congrats, Joe. Make a KD beer, he said.
What's up, Matt? We gotta see him soon. Is he in the country or is he out photographing with the?
He is in the country as far as I'm aware right now.
From NPR News,
What the hell is that?
Someone's got their phone still hooked up to the
TV,
the Bluetooth speaker
Bluetooth.
in the room. Yeah,
I was like, this wasn't here. I was like, anyway.
Yeah, so apparently she's not watching the show. She's going on NPR. So anyway, so John usually does this during a show, but I'm going to do it now because I haven't put Grateful Jams into Untapped yet. So I'm going to take the obligatory, compulsory picture. John, you had to open your damn mouth. You had to do the fly catching thing.
There you go.
John gets so much crap for the catching flies.
Absolutely.
Pose.
That's it.
One of these days, a bug is going to fly down there. He's going to choke.
One of these days, you don't think that's ever happened before? Come on.
We're just all going to laugh.
That's happened plenty of times. Don't worry about
that. I wonder why.
I have a big mouth.
Yeah.
Works that way. Anyway, all right. So, what beer are you drinking there? You never. You said you're drinking. That's right. Great beer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Horizon I'm drinking.
I was looking.
And Joe talked about it. And
no.
It was a good time. We had a great time.
I forgot.
You
It
talked about the beer on your head.
Well, you know what it was? I opened my mouth and it flew right out of my head. Exactly. So, exactly. All right. So let's kick it off the way we always do. The way we always do, Joe. I got to ask you. Same question we ask everybody.
He has to ask you.
Has to ask. It's something that's in the contract that we all signed here. Now, if you can recall, what was the very first craft beer you can remember having? Could be an ish,
It was a Brooklyn brewery beer. I'm just trying to think if it was Brooklyn Lager, if it was like I remember having a Brooklyn. It was a bomber. It was a Brooklyn One or something back when I was in high school before I was legally allowed to drink.
There was only 3 bombers there? 1, 2, and Sriracha Ace, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a Brooklyn One. I don't know if it was the very first. It was something that stood out to me having a bomber of that when I was like 16 or 17 years old that I was like, thought it was cool. And then I remember bringing beers like Brooklyn Lager or Sierra Nevada to a party instead of the, not all the time, but like if I had, made a few dollars or something like that, bringing something like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or something like that to a party. But definitely it was a Brooklyn to start with. I'm pretty sure it was Brooklyn One. If that is beer. I'm not even sure, but
that's beer.
I remember those bombers and being like 16, 17 years old and being like, oh, that. And I remember being out and like having a new Belgian beer when I was like 15 years old, skiing out somewhere and getting hammered off of it and loving it. So those are like 2 of my early memories of craft beer and kind of what kicked it off for me. So,
very nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
We getting fished?
No, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what that is. Well, Tyler, if you're listening, can you expand upon that comment a little bit? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, so please let us know. Anyway,
you put that in Google Translate and see if it means anything.
You should do that. There you go. All right, Joe. What was that? What first got you into craft beer? I mean, obviously it wasn't. You didn't open Brix when you were 18, so like what?
Yeah,
fill in the gap.
It was a slow like. I mean, I always like to, you're a young kid. You like to drink, you like to party, things like that. But then there was a slow appreciation on top of the getting drunk part of just, appreciating something that wasn't really, readily available at the time, or I don't know, something that wasn't really. It was pretty foreign, at that age, and it was pretty foreign even when turning 21 in the state of New Jersey, when there was only, I think at the time, like 15 breweries open at the then. I think when Pete and myself decided that we wanted to start like our own brewery, Caden Carton had just opened up and they really kind of opened up the floodgates in the state. I mean, before that you had Flying Fish, River Horse, things like that.
There was only like 9 or 10 or 11.
If you count the brew pubs, it brings it up a little.
Yeah, exactly.
If you count the brew pubs, it's more. But
and then you started looking at those breweries because out of the state of New Jersey was already kind of getting pretty big in other parts of the country like Colorado, things like that. But
Sure.
I mean, when we saw like Carton and Kane open up, and they were making pretty good beer and things like that, we were like, oh wow, we could do this in our state, and maybe have a fighting chance of changing people's minds about beer in the north part of the state. When we opened up, we were the first in Bergen County, so
Sure.
I don't know.
That's awesome. And yeah, I remember when you opened. You opened in was it 2015?
Mm-hmm.
2015, right?
Yeah, May of 2015. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Shit, it feels like fucking forever ago.
7 years this year. Holy crap, that's right.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, it seems
It's
like
really
yesterday.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's wild. Yeah, now there's I saw somebody posted. I mean, you think about this in Bergen County now. You were the first. There's 4 breweries in Bergen County now. So
Yeah, and I think there's 2 more opening up. There's one in Waldwick and another one in Westwood too.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, it's interesting.
Which I think is great for our area.
Sure, absolutely.
And more tourism, beer tourism, especially to the area.
Well, that was
Bergen
one of
County
the
Beer Trail.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to bring up, the Bergen County Beer Trail.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What
always
about it?
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
I mean, I know I saw that we're on it, and so are the other 3 breweries.
Sure.
I don't know much more about it to be 100% honest.
Well,
I know the state put it out there, and it's supposed to help beer tourism in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, they want no less than 3, if not many more beer trails in the state, and obviously with the amount of breweries that are in the state right now, you can have many more than. Yeah, but if you only have 3, you're going to have a lot on each trail.
Yeah.
You can have like 35 breweries or more, 45 breweries on each trail. It's going to be.
Who's making those trails?
Yeah, exactly. Who's doing it? Unless it's a part of a trail where you're going to, hit 4 one day and 3 another weekend or something like that. You don't want that. You want different. Yeah. I like the idea of the smaller ones. It's much better.
I mean, I like the attention that the state's paying to it, but it's
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah.
It's also a little of a pacification of them, instead of trying to change beer laws in the state. Just putting a little bit of a bone that way. So,
Absolutely. So one step, and it's
exactly.
80 steps into getting change done. So and change. I mean, right, not too long before you opened, there was a change, that initial change that made this boom. I mean, there was like we said, there was 9 or 10 or 11 breweries in the state.
Yeah, in 2012, I think.
2012 was
when they opened up that, being able to sell the beer, and I think
have your tap room.
That was the move, legislature wise, that allowed us to open up in the state of New Jersey.
Absolutely.
And allowed probably every other brewery of small nature to do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, otherwise you're just giving it away and then distributing it. So
there you go.
It's gonna hard to pick up customers that way.
This is very true.
Speaking of, how broad is your distribution right now?
We self-distribute in the entire state of New Jersey. We do distribution to parts of Pennsylvania, like Philadelphia and other select parts, and we do distribution to New York. Every once in a while, we'll do some distribution out of the country, and that'll come from an exporter asking us to send some kegs or cases over to certain areas in Europe and stuff. But that's very, very small and very few and far between.
That's cool.
Majority of our sales come in the state of New Jersey.
Sure.
Via bars, restaurants, liquor stores, things like that.
You said Philly and Pennsylvania. When you said New York, you're talking about the city. You're talking about upstate too.
It's pretty much all over New York now at this point.
Really?
We started off in just the 5 boroughs, but we allowed the distributor that we deal with to kind of just put it out there. I think we're doing a decent amount in like Buffalo and Rochester, which is weird.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice.
But we have, we don't send too much. We're sending like, if we send like 26 those, something like that a month, or, a couple of like maybe 20, 30 cases like that, spread it out. We're not trying to mass distribute the beer, just like, spread it out.
Gotcha.
Get it to some of the good bars, get some of the good liquor stores and restaurants,
Sure.
Especially in the, tri-state area where, there's bars. I mean, John, you've been to the brewery. I mean, we're closer to Manhattan than we are to 95% of the bars that we distribute to ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just things like that.
Sure. Up in New York, you're working with Remarkable.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Remarkable. Yeah. If we had those guys on the show in September.
Oh, yeah?
It was September.
Did you have Matt on there? Or?
Dave is actually on.
Dave,
yeah.
nice.
We had I was on the Beer Finder, and I saw the Remarkable Liquids was the distributor for up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny though. You might want to check your beer finder because I couldn't on it. The only thing that was showing was the brewery.
What do you mean?
So when I pulled up the beer finder on the website, and you get to the map.
Whose website?
Brix City's.
Oh, his website. Okay.
And you mean in New York? You're saying?
No, not New York. Just the map itself had just the brewery on it.
Really?
So I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong.
I kind of want to check. I kind of want to check it now and make sure that.
Yeah, let's all check it, shall we?
Let's take a look at
Matt,
it.
you check it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Wanna
we'll
make
have
sure
Matt
that
check
they-
it.
There you go.
That's something that we always.
Let's all open a window and check it out.
Yes. So we're all going to go there. Beer locator. That's what it is. The beer
There we
locator.
go.
Yeah.
A beer locator map, and I look down.
It's a play-by-play while we all type in brickcitybrewing.com.
Yes.
Not.
And-
You are right. And I
Yeah,
am-
I'm just. I figured you might want to know about that because I'm sure I probably could have found some Brix City closer to me, but
You know what? This is a huge problem. I wonder what the hell is going on, to be honest. I'm glad you brought it to my attention because I'm texting someone right now as we're on here.
There we go.
get this fixed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Someone's not going to be happy that, I'm not happy with this.
There we go. Yep. Dave, you are correct.
But the good. Wow, that's the second time today. There was one time at work.
There was two different people, myself included, told you were correct today.
Yes,
Wow.
that is.
This is a red letter day for you.
I know. I wish I had a 2022 calendar I could mark it on.
Tell
But
you.
it hasn't come in the mail yet.
That's pretty funny.
Well, I'll have that fixed by the morning.
When are we doing it? What? Me getting a calendar?
No. No, the beer locator.
Matt was Matt was checking on it too. So
Hey, John, we
Yes.
need for 2023 a locker room guys calendar.
Locker Room Guys calendar, not like
It's not a pin. It's not going to be a pin up. It's not going to be a swimsuit.
no, it's gonna be like
It's just 12 pictures of John going at different breweries.
right, exactly. We'll pick 12 different breweries. There you go. Gotta love it. Anyway, so for those of you, by the way, just listening to the audio podcast, it's me opening my mouth and putting both of my thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's the picture. So
Yeah. We might have someone who can take the photos.
yeah, and Matt just said, if only you knew a photographer. There you go. Matt, we'll have to schedule a photo shoot with 12 different breweries, and we'll have to get Gene and Brian involved too. So.
Yeah. But January will definitely have to be Brix
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's brought up on this show.
It was brought up on the show. Absolutely. So there you go. All right. What's next? That's what I was going to say. What was the
So
initial?
You've got the script.
I got the script right here. What was the initial? The day you and Pete sat down and said, "Hey," like you were just alluding to when you said you guys can do this. What was that conversation like when
Oh, I don't know if it was, necessarily.
Was it a sober conversation or was it
Oh,
a?
no. I don't know. No, I mean, we used to brew in his shed, and it was mostly just
Right.
him and I getting completely shit-faced. Like, there wasn't much to it at the beginning other than, like, try to make good beer, get completely hammered, listen to good music.
Okay.
That was it.
That was the goal. Sure.
That was the goal at the time. And then slowly it was like, what do you want to do with, each of us? Like, what do we want to do with our lives? And, I was in school for accounting. He had just gotten out of the military.
Right.
And I don't know. We just kind of were like, well, we don't want to work for other people anymore. To hell with, like, I didn't really want to be an accountant. I liked it for the business, like, aspect of it and learning how to run things.
Which is always a
And-
plus. Sure.
Yeah, and we were just like, man, what about beer? And we were just looked down and we were like, well, let's do this. And I mean, I say it like that, but it took another 2.5 years from that moment. I think that was probably like 2010 or 11 or so, or 12 maybe. I got to look back at it, but probably 2011.
Right.
Because I think we registered the business in 12 and we didn't open until 2015. But it was during that time frame that we kind of developed what we wanted to be and like kind of like took it a little more serious. We were still drinking a lot while we were brewing, but we were being a little bit more methodical about it and, kind of developing recipes that we wanted to make into beers that could become flagships, that could become, staples around the brewery when we did open, and just kind of just like honing our skills as brewers. And at the same time, as businessmen, we were researching every brewery that we could go to. We were going everywhere, which is fun work, going to different breweries all around the country.
Absolutely. That's great. That's great
Seeing what
research,
they
please.
did, yeah.
Awesome research.
And then also, he interned at Chelsea and, kind of just built it up that way. And by the time we felt comfortable, we put a business plan together, went to family and friends, put up money ourselves, and we basically built the first iteration of Brix City Brewing by ourselves with our hands. And, then from there we expanded. So
You laid the bricks with your own hands,
yeah,
metaphorically speaking.
for metaphorically speaking,
The
yeah.
CKS, not the X. Right. But what you call it? That's awesome. That's awesome. And that first
This goes down way too easy.
Oh, that grateful?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Well, most
Gotta be careful
citrus,
with 8%,
most
right?
Citroen Mosaic does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving on to my second already.
all right.
It's
Look at you. Kicking up the new year. You got to get that fridge a little closer to your.
I just need to pull it out a little further, maybe, or just put the beers on the top shelf.
Right, exactly.
So this next one I'm drinking, I was told that you named.
No, I didn't. Maybe.
Yeah, well, then Chris from ShopRite's wrong. He said that you named that.
We have so it's such a a family affair there. It's like we have a new beer on the schedule. Who's got a name? Anyone got an idea? And there's 20 different people that have an input.
Well, Chris told me I had to get this one. He said this one was
Impossible Bliss?
delicious. Yep.
It's funny, I haven't had that one yet.
Oh,
It's my own beer, and I haven't had it yet.
Look at that.
So I get to drink one.
I made
Joe.
the point to drink almost everything in there, but I've been in, working a lot, and then sporadically because of the baby, and then COVID, that I haven't had every single beer that's gone on there. I've been
That's
relying.
understandable.
That one specifically, I have not had.
I got this in one of my
I'm
favorite
relying,
glasses.
yeah.
One of my favorite glasses right there.
There you go. Drink local.
Some glass.
Very
I
nice.
get that. I think we're gonna
Getting
get that.
texts for what's going on with our beer locator.
Oh, so those are the texts you got?
I'm not seeing anything yet. Someone's saying that it's there.
Matt, I know you checked. Did you see anything other than the brewery on the beer locator?
No, he said just the brewery on the map.
Oh, he did say that. I didn't look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, just the brewery on the map. Yep, you're right.
Oh, this is yummy.
Look at
Like
that. Well, you'd have to send the cops out. I'm sure they'll fix the problem.
No, that's here. We always get a lot of activity here. Well, it's Union City.
Red the Pirate just said, definitely said you should have, but didn't say Joe named it.
That must be Chris.
That's Chris. There you go.
Maybe it was
Definitely
just-
said
maybe
you
it was-
should
maybe it
have.
was- maybe it
Didn't
was-
say Joe named it. There you
Maybe it
go.
was Jamila who said that.
Maybe
he
Jamila
named it.
said it.
Someone said it.
There you go.
I didn't make it up.
Oh, are you guys looking on your phones or?
I looked online. I was on.
It was on the computer. Is it on the phone?
Oh, you know what? There's a little thing on the top end of the of that calendar. This is
Yeah.
stupid. I gotta change this. It's got an arrow on it
Okay.
on that locator, and if you click it, for some reason it just says Brix City Taproom, but you could click liquor stores, bars, and restaurants on it. I don't know.
So it defaults to.
I don't know why it would default
The tap
to just
room.
that. I don't know if you see what I'm talking.
I'm checking it out right now. There you go.
Yeah, on
Beer
the phone.
locator.
Oh, that arrow thingy. Okay. Oh, wow. So you got it.
Brick City Tap Room, and then you click
Bars,
bars and
restaurants.
restaurants, and then you can click
Kind of
liquor
There.
stores.
stupid.
There
now I
you
look at it,
go.
I'm
All
like,
right.
wait a
So
second, that's not.
it defaults to just the Brick City Tap Room. There you
Yeah,
go.
that doesn't help people.
Right. If they don't know, they have to click that.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm gonna have to change that. We're working
There
on
you
that
go.
tomorrow.
There you go.
But-
All right. So there you go. All right. Problem solved. See that? We
Well, problem found.
problem found.
We're,
Yeah.
we're here to
Problem
help.
found. It's going to be resolved
Yeah,
soon.
it's
Yeah,
probably
there
get
you go.
resolved
So
soon.
you heard it here first, folks. There you go. Awesome. All right. So when you first started, you had
I just don't know how to get back to the map now.
just in general or the Brick City map?
No, the Brix City map. I've clicked liquor stores.
Mm-hmm. You got to minimize what you clicked it to open that up. Click it again.
Okay, so I click the arrow again. Okay, there we go.
There you go. See,
It'll be changed by tomorrow. I already got the text.
Wow, that's a lot.
it's a lot of places.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places. And now I'm looking. I could have walked to this one.
There you
Oh
go.
no, it's served there.
And Matt just said, yeah, that worked, displaying all locations when you adjust it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. There's a whole list of employees that were CC'd on that text I just sent out.
They're all hating me right
Make
now.
it go back to where you see everything and not just Brix City Tap
Just
Room.
not just the tap room area. So, all right. So when you first opened, you had a 5-barrel system, right?
Yeah, we had a 5-barrel, extremely manual Psycho brew system, which happenstance Michigan Brewery or Michigan in the United States is where we got that. All American made at the time.
Why would you mention Michigan?
I don't know why.
Oh, maybe we'll find out later.
Odd.
Right?
We call this
Look at that.
foreshadowing on the show.
Joe foreshadowing. Love it. That's great.
Love it when the guest is the foreshadowing. It's usually John and I pop that crap in there all the time.
It's gonna be great.
No, so back then we did all the brewing and it was extremely manual system. We started out with I think 3 5-barrel fermenters, 2 10-barrel fermenters, and a 10-barrel bright tank. And me and Pete packaged, brewed, and did all the sales, distribution, and tasting room at that time for the first year by ourselves, pretty much.
By yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Not 100. No. That would be misrepresenting all the people that helped us during it. We didn't have any employees at the time. There's a lot of people that helped us.
There's a lot of volunteers, a lot of people
a lot
helping
of
out.
volunteers, a lot of people that became employees, and then a lot of family that helped us, especially behind the bar.
Sure.
And you guys opening up all the way up here in the upper right-hand corner of Jersey, you guys took off pretty damn quickly.
I think so. I mean, we were pretty happy with the way that we started off, and one of the reasons we liked opening up in northern New Jersey was just the high population volume and the fact that just the being a brewery in this area, we are bound to have a decent tasting room following, and then at the time it was a little bit difficult to get into bars and restaurants. It was an uphill battle for sure. Other than your craft beer places, a lot of them which are closed now, Dog and Cask, Twisted on,
Yeah.
Did
you get into Abe's real early?
What was that?
Am I getting the name of the Abe's Corner?
Andy's
Corner. I always get
that.
Right.
Andy's. We were in. They were one of our first.
Abe's Corners is another place. It's like it's on the other corner. So.
Abe's is across the street.
One of the first places that we ended up distributing to, because we used to go there and drink all the time.
Sure.
Keep myself a couple of our friends and
hang out
so
with
what
George.
do we have in,
yeah, George yelling about beer. And
oh man,
yeah.
My first times there, my buddy and I are standing by the back door, and he's taking out all the empty pizza boxes because there's always empty pizza boxes there.
Yeah,
sure.
And he's like, because we were in his way at first, so he kind of like growls at us, and John's laughing because he knows. And so we hold every time he went out the back, we wound up holding the door for him. After about the 4th time, he stops and goes, "What are you guys' names?" So we start talking to him. We got a beer out of it, but it was a great place to hang. Always a great beer.
Andy's is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
One of the OGs in the state, right?
Oh, 100%. That Shep Knucklehead.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mentioned Dog and Cask before.
That we did our original opening party there before our tasting room even opened. We sold a bunch of kegs there and opened up.
And a familiar name from Dog and Cask is going to be on the show in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, who?
Josh.
John? Josh?
Josh, yeah.
Josh Safer?
Safer, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Mr. fucking bartender turned brewer himself. No, Josh is a great guy, man. He's always supportive when we were trying to get our beer on tap over there. He was the main reason we had our beer on tap over there.
There you go. So there you go. Yeah, he's working at a brewery out in Denver.
Yeah.
Finkel and Garth, they're going to be on the show.
Nice.
He's going to be on the show in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Nice. You got to tell him if I got to text him, but if text him and tell him I said hello.
I will let him know.
I saw him last time when they had Great American Beer, or not Great American. They had our Brewers Conference out there. I met him and had a bunch
CBC.
Yeah.
You're right. Was it September? Did you go out in September?
Well, not this year.
Oh, the year before.
Years, yeah. Before
May 2019.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in here. So what do we got in this one? What hops are we looking at?
I don't even know. I have to.
You haven't said the name of it, by the way.
The recipe. We have how many beers? We had 16 beers on tap, and that's just this week. If you want me to tell you the beer,
come on, you got to know this stuff.
Oh, come on! I'm not supposed to know. You pulled the one-off ad on me. I'm telling you right now.
It's right on the side here.
Look at that.
Talus, Nelson, and Mosaic.
Oh, I did have that beer actually on draft the other day.
There you go.
Because there's a coconut flavor to it from the
Yes,
Talus.
yes, there is. I was going to
Talus,
ask.
yeah,
'cause there's
Talus has a
coconut to
nice coconut flavor. Nelson Sauvin, I like with that
that
because
winey.
it's got like a little white wine. So
Yep.
that white wine, slight coconut, and then I mean at Brix City we're big fans of Mosaic. It's one of our
Who isn't?
top favorite hops. That and Citra, two favorite hops.
Sure.
Who's
Can't be
isn't?
denied.
I'm looking for. It's brewed with rye, huh?
There's a you know, it's funny now. A lot comes back. It's got a little bit of rye malt. And,
Yeah, you can get that. You get a little bit of a rye bite to it. Not
Yeah.
much. The coconut sits right on top of everything. It's beautiful.
yeah, which is odd because there's no coconut. It's just that hop.
Yeah.
It's just that.
It
yeah.
is-
And John, what's my favorite adjunct in beer?
Coconut.
There we go.
Well, I just
What-
kegged and canned some coconut, or what the hell was it that I did this afternoon? Cocoa Connection, a double IPA that we do with.
It was on tap. Was it on tap when I was there? I think.
No,
No.
it wouldn't have been because I packaged it today.
It was on deck,
Put it on.
maybe?
It's
or-
on deck, definitely
Maybe
on
that's what it
deck.
was.
There you go. So,
But yeah,
and what's one?
Coconut's
What's one?
a big one for us.
Sure. What you call it? So you've expanded obviously since that brew house. What are you up to now?
So we have a 10-barrel, 4-vessel brew house, and we have a 30-barrel hot liquor tank, 30-barrel cold liquor tank. We replaced all those 5-barrel tanks with 30s and 20s. We still have 3 10-barrel tanks, but we have a lot of production capacity now. And you know,
You certainly had the space for it in that area. I mean, you definitely were. From the get go, you had plenty of space to expand into.
Yeah. We grew into it, and we had planned that from the get go.
Sure.
And it's nice now, but I think we've kind of maxed out that space. We have another warehouse that we just use for storage, cold storage, and dry storage. Just material, like the amount of raw materials gets a little crazy. But
Sure.
so we have another 3,000 square feet of just warehouse space in Hackensack, and then
Not too far away.
No, about a half a mile away from the brewery.
Beautiful.
So it's
Nice.
not bad. And then who knows what's next? You know.
Yeah. Well.
And any of the newbies that start, you send them walking to the warehouse to bring back some bags of
Yeah.
grain.
Not walking. We definitely have
walk
them
over to
driving
walk
back
over to the
and forth.
warehouse and carry back 5 bags of grain each.
Yeah, we definitely have them driving back and forth.
I gotta haze them a little harder.
Yeah,
There
got
you
your teeth somehow, you know.
Exactly. So, all right. What? Talk about some of the beer. Talk about your flagships for those that don't know.
So we have 4 flagships, 2 of which stick out to me as like the main hitters, which is Separate, which is our flagship single IPA, Citroen Mosaic Motueka. We've been running it 6.5%. We're trying to dominate the northern market with it. We think it's a great drinkable, crushable New England style IPA. Then I got Gloria, which low key, because you think about Brix City, I don't think you think about a Belgian style blonde ale.
Right.
At least most people don't. But if you come to the tasting room, you do, because that's our number 1 selling draft beer at the tasting room.
Is it really?
Really?
Blonde ale,
Wow.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and we have plans for it this year. We have plans to package it for the first time in cans, and we're trying to do some 12-ounce 6-pack cans of that beer, and we're looking to do some cool and fun with that
Not just as
beer.
I do.
Yeah, Matt knows. And then Porter Authority is that's Porter and Gloria are 2 of the only beers that have not had any changes since the day we opened 7 years ago.
And of your flagships, Porter Authority.
Yeah, Porter Authority. I mean, we spin off some variants on it now. I think right now we have Chocolate Authority, we've had peanut butter, we have coconut. So we always have one of them on. But like Porter Authority by itself is one of our favorite beers personally. Between myself and Pete, I could speak for him on that.
Gotcha.
And then the last one is just another double IPA. Again, it's a Citroen Mosaic IPA. Double
And that's
IPA.
the name of the beer, right?
Another. It was it's kind of a
That's just another double IPA.
a joke, like, it's just another double IPA because we brew so many of them.
Right.
But
Yeah, that's the name of the beer.
that's our
just another-
flagship stuff. And then we roll out new beers pretty consistently. A couple new beers a month, or rotate in a couple beers that we've done that we've liked in the past. So try to keep the tap list refreshing. We also run in some lagers and some some other Belgian style ales and some British style ales.
Well, we love lagers, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
Yes,
Red
we
the Pirate just wanted to mention best consistent porter in New Jersey. There you go.
do.
I know. Well, like I said, a lot of people other than people that come to the tasting room probably don't know about anything other than Brix City making like jams beers or double IPAs or fruited double IPAs. But we're very heavily involved in the lagers, Belgian style ales, porters, stouts, things like that. So
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. What do you have coming up on the like you just mentioned, the on deck? What's coming out soon? What's
so I
in
got
cans, in the tanks, in the what's coming out? Already brewed stuff.
We have I said we had a coconut double IPA coming out.
Right.
We have our annual Joe and Oats, which is a coffee and oatmeal stout
Sure.
with
Tasty
roasted
beer.
coffee,
Is the Joe you or the coffee?
well,
Well,
I think there's original funny label. I'll show you another time off air. No, but that was
Joe swimming in the tank like that.
No, but there's that. We got a couple dark beers coming out. We got a dark Czech lager. We got a nice Czech pills coming out sometime soon.
When will that dark Czech lager be
Dark
available?
Czech
Czech
Because
lager, I think, is coming out end of January.
end of January. So
February,
Matt,
yeah.
let me know when the three of us will get together.
Yeah.
We'll just meet.
Yeah, I
them.
was gonna say I'm not far away.
There you go.
So no, we got a few cool things like that, and then always, of course, a lot of double IPAs, fruit double IPAs, things like that. But
Nice.
So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I just you were sitting here talking about it. We're talking about the space, and the thing that keeps coming back to my mind was I believe it was the second anniversary party in 2017. I think didn't we all shotgun beers outside and take one big group picture?
yeah.
It was very sloppy, if I recall.
Yeah. There's a lot of those anniversaries where I was asleep at the fucking place, like in the back.
I know.
On the stage.
Matt, I believe you were there too, right? We were.
Yeah, and Matt apparently knows Czech for dark pilsner.
Oh yes.
Dark beer.
Tamave Pivo.
Yeah.
Mave Pivo.
Yeah, there you go.
The only reason I know that is when I was at Alternate Ending, they had a Tamave Pivo.
Sure.
Oh, those are great guys.
Oh, yeah.
I did a beer with them recently.
Yeah, if I didn't have your beer, I would have been drinking one of their beers on the show.
I
Yeah.
just picked up. I was going to have that tonight too. I picked up Cane released their Hollow Sea a few weeks ago. Whatever. I picked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
They actually did them in 19.2 ounce cans.
Oh,
The
that's
Tamave
pretty
Pivo this
interesting.
year. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I picked it. He hands me the 4-pack. I'm like, something's odd about this. I'm like, I'm expecting a 16-ounce 4-pack. I'm like, a little taller than normal. So that was pretty interesting. But anyway, dark Czech lager, Schwartz beers. I'm a huge Schwartz beer /
Same.
Tamave Pivo whore. I
yeah.
am. I'm just I drink them all day, every day, all year long.
And,
So,
I love
and
those
just
too.
straight up Czech pilsners.
yeah,
Oh,
I have all
love
that
Czech-
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Easy drinkers.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. And you get yourself a slow pour tap. Get the nice pillowy.
Oh, we got a nice side pour on.
You got a side pour.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You gotta stop in, John. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been there a bit. I got to come up.
Yeah, I wish I'd got there earlier so I could sit there and have a few with Chris, like I told him.
Yeah.
At the time, I said if I wasn't rushing back to get to the show, I'd talk your damn ear off.
Oh yeah, I got to get up there. Matt just said he had an alternate endings to Tamave Pivo on Saturday. Drank one with Brandon on their head brewer. There you go.
Oh yeah. I know Brandon. Nice guy.
Yeah, Matt, get him on the show, Matt.
There you go.
Let's send him out.
Matt's our
One of our producers.
producers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, exactly. Him
He does a
and,
great job.
He runs circles around Brian
Lately.
lately. Yeah. So anyway, cool. Yeah, that day though, your second anniversary party, that was it was a great day, but it got interesting as the day went on.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the tasting room is the map.
Oh yeah, that map. The
That's
Newark
maps.
map.
Yeah, all
Well,
the Newark breweries.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize like we took the name Brix, BRIX, as it's the measurement of the density of sugar in water. It's one of the ways that you can measure the gravity of beer, wine, anything like that. But also because Brix City is typically Newark's nickname, and a lot of people don't realize that Newark, early 19th century, late 19th century, especially pre-prohibition, one of the biggest brewing meccas in the United States, and
Sure,
there
it
was
was
over, like 50 breweries operating in Newark, and just in Newark.
Yeah, I thought there was even more than that.
Yeah, I thought there was more than that.
You know, just at that time before, and we had such a lively brewing culture in the state of New Jersey.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
just completely almost went away after Prohibition. So it was kind of a homage to, the brewing
Sure.
culture that used to be,
Right.
Well, there's that urban legend as well that Sierra Nevada's Chico Stout was taken from New Jersey.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know
the
that.
East.
The
Oh,
yeast.
the Chico yeast. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a stout. What the heck?
Yeah, probably Ballantine was the
It was Valentine's
Valentine's
yeast.
yeast.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's an urban legend. If it's truth, we're from Jersey, so fuck it, it's truth.
Yeah. Well, we were known for our IPAs back then.
Yes, Valentine IPA apparently was one of the
Yeah.
best in the country at the time.
Hard water.
Oh yeah.
Hard people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got any events coming up?
Silk City, our annual big
Talk about it.
yes.
Go for it. Talk about
Yes.
That's coming up early March this year. Usually we do it sometime between the last weekend in February or the first or second weekend in March. I know we haven't picked a solid date, but I know it's either March 5th or the following Saturday. So it's going to be one of those two Saturdays, early March, one of the first two weekends. We got 4 variants. I'm not going to say what they are right now, just because we're kind of like working through it.
Four variants of what?
Of the stout. Every year we take this bourbon barrel aged stout. It's a 10.5% stout. We put it into A. Smith Bourbon bourbon barrels, and we condition it for 6 to 7 months in there, and then we rack it in as itself, and then we take some of the barrels and we condition them on adjuncts, and we do a big release party down at the brewery. So that's what's coming up in February for that.
Coconut.
Maybe we've done it before. We'll see.
And
Matt just said one of his favorite releases
Yeah.
of the year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
and one of
Yeah,
John's
it's usually a big party. We have a good time. We weren't able to do as much last year, but
Right.
usually every year we put previous year variants on tap. We it's a big party.
Sure.
John's favorite adjunct is maple, so that'd be a thing.
Yeah.
Yes. One of my favorite adjuncts is maple. Very, very true. Very true. All right. Do you what do you think about that segue? What do you think about that foreshadowing we were talking about before?
Oh,
What about it?
What about it? I mean, Matt, we were talking about before. I mean, Joe said that something about he got his original equipment from Michigan.
Michigan.
What could that have to anything?
What
to
is
do with?
germane about Michigan?
What is there's nothing German about Michigan.
Germaine.
Oh, Germain. Okay.
Not the
Okay.
Jackson 5.
Not the Jackson. It was Germain. Well, they are from Detroit, so there you go. Right. Close enough.
there you
Right?
go.
Anyway,
It's in there.
well, why don't we talk about our top
Not
3 lists?
Detroit. Actually, not Detroit. They're from actually technically Indiana, right?
Are they from Indiana? Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm thinking,
what's the
I'm thinking the whole Motown thing in Detroit and everything else.
Yeah, no. They're from Indiana, just south of Chicago.
Right. This is true. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We
Gary?
haven't done any trivia. Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana. That's right.
Speaking of, there's some trivia right there. We haven't done any trivia on the show.
I know you have one. I have a couple. Why don't you do yours, Gary?
Southernmost American brewery.
Southernmost American brewery. Kona.
No.
I figured that would be more south than
Yeah.
Florida. You
Yeah,
know.
thing contiguous.
We're saying continental.
Oh, contiguous. Continental U.S.
Gotta be something in Texas, right?
Key West Brewing?
Oh,
There's one in Guam. Not sure that Guam.
Guam? Oh, it's a U.S. territory, so.
It
I
is
have
a
no
US territory.
idea, by the way. I can't even make it.
I have no idea. I got to put my glasses on to read what I wrote
There's
down.
one in Guam. There you go, Matt. Thank you very much.
There's one in Key West,
All right.
and it's called First Flight.
First Flight.
So southernmost point in the U.S.
There you go. There you
There
go.
you go.
There you
What's
go.
the northernmost of the contiguous?
Of the contiguous, the northernmost.
And this one is a brewery that we probably actually heard of.
Atlantic Brewing?
Nope.
Oh, it's in Bar Harbor, I figure. I always took a shot with Maine.
It's actually, I think it is one further north in Maine than that, but it's not in Maine.
In Washington.
It is in Washington.
All right. Elysian?
Nope.
Nah,
Yeah, Seattle's not too far from, the northernmost.
No, it's not, because it's very close to Vancouver.
Right.
Right? So this one's in Blaine, Washington,
Okay.
which is not going to help you.
Not at all.
yeah.
May have heard of this brewery, Atwood Brewing.
Oh
Atwood.
yeah.
Yes, I have. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Northernmost brewery in the U.S.
Northernmost, very nice, very nice.
What do you got, John? I know you got a few set
Oh,
aside.
jeez. Well, mine were going to come with enveloped in our top threes. So
Okay, then we'll wait to the top threes for yours.
there you go.
I can run through my other two. Because
Go for it. Yeah.
The other two really are in honor of two people that were taken by 2021 right towards the end.
Okay.
So we'll go with the easier one because it was probably the most beloved of the two.
Okay.
Of course, who did we lose at 99 years?
Betty White.
Betty White. Also, Rose Nyland on the Golden Girls.
Sure.
What was her hometown?
Oh, geez.
Rose Nyland's.
Rose Nylands. It was Wisconsin, right?
Mm-hmm. It was in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Sheesh. Yeah. I know it was. I can't think of it.
That's the easy one.
Give me the first letter.
Begins with an S. It's 2 words.
Saint something?
Yes, it is saying something.
I took a shot. Well, I get the first half. Joe, you get the other half.
I have no idea.
Saint. Oh no, I know it. I know it. Saint. Is it an A? Does it start with an A?
No, but it does start with a vowel.
It doesn't start with a vowel.
It does start with a vowel.
It does start with a vowel. Matt said St. Paul.
Yeah, wrong one. St.
go.
Olaf.
St. Olaf. There you go.
I would have never
All right.
guessed.
Yeah, no. Give me a couple more minutes. I might have gotten it, but yeah, St. Olaf.
These John has a possibly a better shot of getting because it's the other person that most millennials probably only know the last name due to EA Sports, and that would be John Madden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So John Madden was taken as well. This is the 3-parter.
Mm-hmm.
John Madden was actually on the roster of a football team. Granted, it was just a practice roster.
Right.
What team was that?
Not the team he coached, right?
Not the team he coached.
It was it a California team?
Nope.
Yeah, it wasn't.
What's the one team? No, the one team that John hates is the boys. What's the one team I hate?
The one team you hate?
Yeah, there's only one that I hate. Mostly due to their fans.
Oh, that would be the Eagles.
That would be the Eagles.
Really?
Actually, yeah, he was in the practice squad for the Eagles. Where was he born?
Not sure. Philadelphia?
Nope. Austin,
Texas.
Minnesota.
Austin, Minnesota. There you go.
And what was his first coaching job? It was a college.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, this is.
You went really deep.
Yeah, really hard.
Yeah.
Allen Hancock College in Santa Clara, California.
Yeah, Matt said Minnesota really quick, but yeah.
He did get Minnesota. Yeah, he got Minnesota. He is from Minnesota.
There you go.
So that's shooting my wad for the trivia that I had written.
There you go.
Joe.
I got one for you based on that.
Okay.
All right. Unless you already looked it up when you were looking up all of these things. When he was Matt just said the Aztecs.
That was actually his second school, San Diego State.
There you go.
Yeah, very good, Matt.
Very good. Whatchamacallit? How old was he when Al Davis hired him as the head coach of the Raiders?
Oh, jeez. Wasn't all that old. I'll go with 33.
32 years old. Close.
Oh, wow.
32 years old. John Madden was 32 years old when he got hired. Yeah. So, and there you go. The voice of football. I'm sorry. You know, him and Pat Summerall were the two. If you got, and somebody said that, a few people said that actually. If you got John Madden and Pat Summerall calling your game that week, you were doing something right on your team.
Yep.
So there you go. That's for sure. All right. So why don't we do the top threes when we get to top
We're
threes?
going to do the top threes. And speaking of three, I'm pulling out my third beer.
He's pulling out his third beer.
Oh, my
Here you
God.
go.
This one's actually on the top shelf.
Folks. And it was a little easier, so we didn't get to see his ass this time. So that's a beautiful plus.
That is
There you go.
awful. That is an awful thing to see. I know. This one was told. Jamila told me I needed to drink this one.
Oh, green screen. Yeah.
Yeah, green screen.
Green screen. There you go.
Good.
So I'm actually going to pour this into my. We got Thor on one side of the glass. We got Iron Man on the other side. I should probably drinking out of the other one that's got the Hulk.
Yeah,
It's a
you
green screen.
green screen out of not, and you have a Hulk glass and not drink out of
Yeah,
it.
we got Hulk and Captain
There you go.
America on the other
There
side
you go.
here. So there you go. There's America's ass.
Thank you for sharing.
Did you not? You saw the movie, right?
Yes.
There's America's ass. Man, this pours pale straw hazy, doesn't it?
Pale straw hazy.
Yeah.
Look at that. It doesn't pour green?
No, but I kind of Liz poured it a little bit, maybe a lot bit.
There you go. Why don't you tell Joe what Liz pour is?
Oh, so I lived in Rhode Island for a year. Actually, Shades On's in Rhode Island. They do German lagers for the most part there. They jumped into the grave of Proclamation when Proclamation moved and expanded. Okay. So, like them a lot. But anyway, and what's really cool about their name, the way it's spelled, and I asked him, I said, well, what does Shades On mean? What's the meaning behind it? And the guy just looked at me and went, it's just putting your shades on. I'm like, damn you.
That's pretty funny.
So
Liz pour.
Oh, so Liz pour. So, oh, yum. The foam's yummy. Liz from Rhode Island. Right, this is what her Facebook is right
Oddly
now.
enough, this Liz he's talking about is actually Greg Taylor's cousin.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yes.
He just ironically met her when he moved up there. So.
Yeah, and I brought up some of the Jersey breweries, and I said them about the Source. She goes, "Oh, I go to the Source all the time." I'm like, why do you go to the Source? Any rate, but she has this propensity of over pouring a beer because she gets too excited about pouring beers. And all throughout Rhode Island, anytime anyone over pours a beer, they will go onto the Rhode Island Craft Brew site, show it, and hashtag it Liz Pour. And if you ask any brewer about Liz Pour, they'll know what you're talking about.
Right. They just know. That's just something that they do. So, anyway. All right.
Liz poured it.
So this one,
He just Liz poured it. Yeah, so. That
so
wasn't that bad of a Liz pour. I mean,
No,
a Liz
it
pour is normally about more than half the glass.
Yeah, it's about at least 2/3. Double dry hopped with Neo 1 and Sabro, so we should get more coconut.
That Neo 1 is actually, it's supposed to be, they changed the name to Tonatiuh recently.
Tonatiuh.
Yeah, there's all trademarks and crap
Yeah.
like that. I guess I didn't tell my graphic designer.
I was to say, now I know why you called it Neo 1.
I know, it does make
mean,
a lot of sense,
why
especially we released it right when New Matrix came out.
There
This
you
is
go.
Neo 1. This is why we've got these graphics on there.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And you couldn't really call it Matrix, so I see why you went with green screen.
I really like
works.
this beer typically, though. I like that hop.
The Neo one?
Yeah.
All right, was it
They changed-
Tonatiuh?
Yeah, they
Tonatiuh.
changed it to Tonatiuh. And
So
yeah.
I'm getting the coconut, but I'm also getting a little pineapple in here.
Yeah. Strong
Pineapple from the
pineapple,
Tonatiuh.
really well balanced, not very
Yeah.
bitter.
No,
Nice.
no, not at all. This is like a
Yeah.
pina colada, hazy.
Yeah.
That is
Very nice.
That's quite
Yeah.
yummy.
I'll have to get some.
Very yummy. Yeah,
Very nice.
you've. Thank you, Jamila.
There you go. I'm working on it. All right. So our top threes tonight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing them. We're trying to segue into the.
We're
top
trying to
three.
segue.
And as usual, I've derailed everything. See, if you've noticed on the show,
It's
John.
the derailing samurai is his new
Yeah.
name. So
So John has a script. His job is to keep us on track. My job is to derail the goddamn show as much as
Right,
possible.
exactly. So,
And I'll tell you one thing: most of the sound bites at the beginning of the shows, that's coming from the derailments.
from the derailments, absolutely. Every single one of them are from derailments. Absolutely. In fact, the intro we used 2 weeks ago was him actually saying, "I've derailed this really bad today." So, anyway,
it's my job description.
absolutely, if it's in there. So anyway, so tonight our top three
that's
list
yummy.
tonight is and this is obviously being foreshadowed by Joe earlier with the Michigan equipment that they first used to brew, would be top three favorite Michigan breweries. We do on occasion do our top three favorite breweries from a particular state. I think this is the 8th state we've done.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
We've done a bunch of them. We're caveating this one, right?
Yeah, we're caveating this one. Top three favorite Michigan breweries, not named founders.
Now, Founders,
So
we talked about Founders before the show, John and I did.
Mhm.
And you've heard John and I talk about the the Dippa Gang before. It's a Facebook group about beer that we it's a chat group, messenger
chat group, message
Yeah.
group. It's yeah.
and it's just a bunch of dipshits talking about beer or fish or flooding your neighbor or anything that comes to mind.
Anything, yeah.
Really.
Right.
But at one point, and this was like years ago, we were talking about favorite brewery by the beer catalog top to bottom. And there's a lot thrown out there at the time. And I finally just said Founders. Because back in the day, I mean, you get back there, no one had a better catalog from top to bottom. They just couldn't release a bad beer. And so it was just
Pretty much.
yeah, John agreed, and we're like, okay, well, we can't all take Founders.
I mean, if you threw that in there, the three of us would wind up each of us taking Founders.
Yeah. So that's why we've caveated that. Okay, when you think of Michigan, you think of beer. Founders is the first thing to come to mind. So we're excluding that from the top three to give other breweries a shot at this.
Sure.
And we always let the guests go first.
Yes, please go first.
All right. So on my top three in no particular order.
But tell us the reason that you have some of these on here. You said your cousin's out in Michigan?
Yeah. Well, so a cousin of mine, about a decade older, who
Does Matt not know where Firestone Walker is?
why is he saying? So I don't know. I have a cousin that lived out there. Him and I have bonded over brewing over the last,
Oh, I know what he's saying. Never mind. Go ahead.
And
I knew what he meant by that.
I know what he means now. Yeah.
So
put up when we're done.
So I've talked to him recently over some breweries that he's been going to, and I've had a lot of the beers. Plus, I've been a few breweries out at events and stuff like that.
Sure.
So here I go. I got one that everyone's gonna know, and two that maybe some people around here aren't too familiar with, but I know are very, very, very good breweries. So obviously, Bell's Two Hearted Ale, one of my favorite beers. Can't leave them off it. Holmes Brewing.
And Expedition Stout too is a yummy.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah.
But then there's Holmes Brewing out there in
Holmes.
Michigan.
HOMES or HOLMES?
HOMES. And I met those guys at an event down in Nashville, and I've had some of their beers there, and I've had some of their beers elsewhere. Great brewery. And then there's Transient Ales, which I've never met them, never been there, but like I said, my cousins brought me back beers. I've had their stouts, and I've had some of their New England IPAs, and I've thought they've been amazing. So those are my three right there.
There you go.
Nice.
Very nice. Cool. Samurai?
Mine are in no particular order, but you were talking about amazing stouts, and when I think about amazing stouts from Michigan, that's not KBS, CBS, or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Dark Horse. Their stout series. Some of the interesting things they've done with stouts just puts them on the list, regardless of anything else for me. Because John knows I'm a stout whore. And
stout whore.
Yeah.
Take the word stout off. Either way.
Either way. So they have to be on the list. Another brewery that I find does some really interesting things. They're kind of like they get all over the place on this is Shorts. I love what Shorts does. They take a lot of risks with their beers. Do they have some where I've drank and went, ooh, what the hell did they do? Yeah, of course. But when they hit it, when they hit their mark, they can put out some really good stuff.
Absolutely. Great. Yeah. Definitely.
Love them. And the other one, and what I love about these guys is Coonhen. It's not just beer, right? They do ciders, they do meads, they go all across the board. They're sours. I just love Coonhen. Love Coonhen. I need to get to Coonhen one of these days. I've only had Coonhen at bottle shares.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So do need to get out there one day.
Gotcha. All right. I'll give you mine in no particular order. And we talked about it before that you said we all had different. I just realized that Joe and I do have one that is.
Oh, you do have one that's the
we
same.
do have
Okay.
one that's the same. Yeah. So, and in my no particular order for mine, Bell's. I couldn't go with Founders. Obviously, Bell's has to be in there. And like you said, Two Hearted Ale is just that's an obvious one. Joe, and then Dave, you said Kalamazoo Stout.
No, I said Expedition.
Expedition Stout, Kalamazoo Stout's not bad either.
Yeah. Kalamazoo is awesome as well.
Yeah, then there's some in it that they make. I mean, whatchamacallit? What's the oh crap? The stout around Christmas, a black crap. Not black crap, no.
No, black crap.
I'll think of it. I'll come back to it. But
Ooh.
it's a not Black Knight, Black Noir, Black. I'll think of it. But it's phenomenal. It's a barrel aged stout. But yeah, just phenomenal.
That's aged expedition, isn't it?
I believe it is. Yeah, and whatchamacallit, yeah, and been to the brewery in Kalamazoo, and it's amazing space. And yeah, it's just it's
unbelievable.
Crazy. I mean, as his founders in Grand Rapids, don't get me wrong, but we're keeping them out, obviously. But
doesn't Founders have a place in Kalamazoo?
No, they're in Grand Rapids. Founders in Grand Rapids.
I thought they had two places. I thought they had something in Kalamazoo. I thought they had,
unless it's newer. No, Founders also has something in Lansing. They have another location, but it's not in Kalamazoo.
They do.
Kalamazoo's only about an hour from Grand Rapids. It's not too far away. They have another one on the east side of Michigan. They have another location. It's over more towards Detroit. It's not in Detroit. I don't believe it's in Detroit. But we got a comment here. Is it anything that we were talking about? But Black Note. There you go.
There we go.
Bell's Black Note. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Black Knight. I had the N right. Black Note. Yes, that's a phenomenal beer. Such a good beer. Anyway, so yeah, their Founders is one more east of Lansing, maybe somewhere over that way, but not in Kalamazoo. It's a short ride from Grand Rapids. But yeah, the Bell's Brewery in Kalamazoo is crazy. Also on my list, New Holland.
Love New Holland. Dragon's Milk.
Dragon's Milk,
yeah.
We just talked about it last week.
We were talking about our favorite beers above 14%, and I brought up the triple barrel Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
God, that beer is
that beer is crazy. Yeah.
It's one of those things like, I don't care if I can see afterwards. Just give me a whole lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I said, Joe, I said last week on the show too, is I'm sitting at New Holland or whatever, and they had the triple barrel on tap, but they would only give you 2 ounce pours.
2 ounce?
2 ounce. That's it. You got 2 ounces. But they
triple mash, right?
Triple mash.
Oh,
wow. Triple mash. Which we call it. They gave you 2 ounces at a time. That's all they would give you. But there was no limit. So I ordered one, finished it, ordered another. I sit there and had like 5 of them. So, or maybe more. I forgot. After like the third, I forgot how many I was having. But.
So how many doors did you see trying to get out of the place?
I wasn't driving, so it was fine. It was held open for me, so I didn't see any. Either that or I hit it, one or the other. But yeah, the beer's crazy. And my other one, it's a relatively newer one, obviously. Great space. Owner's a great guy. Had a nice conversation with him there. And the beer's in New Jersey too. So you can get all 3 of these breweries ironically in New Jersey. Is Old Nation. They're making some really good IPAs and some other stuff. They have a Brute New England IPA and I wasn't a fan when they first started brewing them, but not them, but anybody. And this one was pretty good. But yeah, Old Nation has brewed some decent beer.
Speaking of New England, this beer is creamy as hell.
Yeah.
My God, the mouthfeel on this is fantastic.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
really enjoyed this one.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's great. That is great. Wonderful. So, ask you a question, Joe. What's your opinion? We talked about this. Haven't talked about it in a few weeks, but what's your opinion on some of these? And I'm not going to name particular brands or anything like that by any means, but
I might.
There's some you might. No, it's not naming names. People in the know will know, but some brands are coming into Jersey now, and other states, not just New Jersey. And their shelf tags are $35 a 4-pack. Yeah, what's your?
And their cans tend to explode.
I'm not talking about the explode.
I mean, listen. I mean, the breweries that can get away with selling it to their distributors for that price, the distributors that could sell it to the liquor stores, I mean, all the power to them. I know a lot of the breweries that do it. They're friends of mine. You know, I don't have a problem with it. I think that it's them. They're running businesses. You know what I mean?
I understand. I mean, I understand what the deal is with that, and I do know some of these people as well. But I'm not necessarily talking of, what do you think particularly about that particular brewery? That's why I didn't want to mention names, because it's more than one, and it's not necessarily for any particular reason. Maybe it's because of, the specific type of beer and the money that goes into making that particular beer. So obviously, the sticker price needs to be a little higher, so to speak. But I just meant as far as pricing structure and stuff like that on, because you can walk in and find beer coming in. Granted, all different beer costs obviously different amounts of money to make. It's not like every beer costs the same. There's huge differences, but you can find, just for the conversation that I'm having, you can find an IPA on the shelf for a New England IPA on the shelf for $14, $15, $16 a 4-pack. You can find a New England IPA on the shelf for $24, $25, $26 a 4-pack. So now, granted, 9 times out of 10, the $26 one is better than the $14 one.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not that big of a difference. I just wonder what your take was. Not you particularly, not your particular beer, nothing. Just in general as a consumer, what your take on it was.
I think that I don't know. It's hard to like put a definite like terminology on any of it, but I think I would say that if you're making a good New England style double IPA and you're putting it on liquor store shelves, typically it's gonna be $18 to $22.
That's
minimum
the average,
anyway.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Of
And
course.
if
The 14. When I said $14, $15,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
super low.
Yeah.
Very
If
low.
it's higher than that, I don't know. I think that you're talking a lot about distributors like mishandling.
I'm that's where I'm getting. That's where I'm
Yeah.
getting. I'm not talking that it's not so much I'm looking at the distributor, because the beer that's coming in that's that much is not coming out of a brewery local that's getting self-distributed onto a shelf. It's coming from a distributor, and is that distributor goosing it up a little bit because of maybe the reputation it has?
I think so.
Or maybe because they're only getting like 4 cases of the damn beer in, and only every liquor store is getting half.
That's my opinion.
Right.
I don't know for sure, but that's what my opinion would be.
I got you.
That's more distributor based than it is.
But it's supply and demand, right? I mean, the beer's
exactly.
sought after.
If it's not moving, they're not going to pay for it, and if it is, they're going to keep doing it. So.
Well, that's just it too, right? This beer that's coming in that they're putting on the shelves for $35, it's gone in 2 days.
Yeah.
So, but
And
it's getting traded and sold for $45, $55.
Yeah.
So Matt's
It's a
got
commodity
comment.
at this point, is what it's really boiling down to.
So Matt's got a comment that I think I may want to comment on.
Yeah, sure. Let's put it up.
And it's a damn good point. Matt does.
I don't
work.
know.
He does
A lot
work
of
at
good
Melvina.
mead out in Michigan too. Yes, there is.
Actually, one of the things I was considering, but we're talking breweries, I was considering putting Bee Nectar. Bee Nectar being, one of the meadery, probably the meadery in the country that has brought mead into the consciousness of the American public. Are they the best meadery in the country? No, we know who the best meadery in the country
Best
is.
meadery in the country. We know who it is. Yeah.
That would be right here in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, Melavino.
That would be Melavino.
And ironically, you ask most meaderies in the country, and they'll say it's Sergio. But.
Well, the best thing is go to another state, walk into a meadery, order their mead. They start bragging about their mead, like, well, I know Sergio of Melavino, and you can just see their eyes drop because they realize I'm not worthy. they know their meads.
Like, all right, I can't get this over on you. Yeah.
Yeah, this is shit. He's had Melavino.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few in the country that are kind of there,
Right.
But let's face it, Melavino's the best. But Bee Nectar, that was probably the meadery.
Is that on? Okay, yeah. I'll be back. I'll be down in a minute. All right.
Bee Nectar.
No.
But Bee Nectar, that's the meadery that really tossed mead into the American consciousness. Was it what's the zombies one? Killer Zombies?
Killer Zombie.
Yeah, Killer Zombie.
Can you talk about Bee Nectar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Zombie Killer. Zombie Killer.
Zombie Killer, that's it. And Necromangicon.
Yeah. Just got one other question for you, Joe, really quick. I got what are some new trends you've been seeing?
I see a lot of shift towards draft drinking, towards lagers. I still don't see it on the packaged goods to go. I still see it in double IPAs, for the double IPAs, things like that.
Yeah.
But as far as like people coming in, still a ton of draft and any type of lager, light drinking beers, which I like. I think that like things kind of come full circle.
I agree 100% with you on that one, and I'm loving that fact.
Yeah,
The fact that we're seeing so many, and not just Schwartz. And I know, like I said before, I'm a Schwartz beer, Mavia Pivo whore. It's a big trend, and there's a lot of breweries, and I'm not saying that
I think if you do it right,
you do it right, absolutely, yeah, sure. It's so,
But I still haven't seen it on the packaged good to go side on our end, at least. At least out of the tasting room, we haven't done too much of it to liquor stores and stuff like that. We kind of keep it in house.
Let's face it, a nice crisp lager out of the tap is a
Yes.
beautiful thing. Pouring out of the can, it definitely loses something.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but
Definitely loses something.
that's something I see. I mean, other than that, I still see IPAs as king. Which I like, which I don't think should go anywhere. I think some of the fruited stuff is taking a dive, which I don't mind. I don't mind brewing it. I don't mind a couple ounces of it. I don't particularly like it as a beer style, but we enjoy, the novelty and the fun experimental part of it.
Sure.
But I don't see that like really going crazy as it was maybe in the last year or two. I think that IPAs are going to stay where they are. New England styles, and which I prefer to any other IPA that's ever been put out, and that's someone that's been drinking when there was the IBU phase and things like that.
Sure. Yeah, can you make it? Let's make a New England IPA that has
bitter, that
150 IBUs.
Yeah. But I like the fact that some of the people that have been drinking beer now for maybe a decade or maybe even less than a decade, 3-4 years, that got into it when it was only New England's and this fruited stuff are kind of starting to experience some new styles of beer. So you start to see a more full draft list when you start to go places instead of it all being IPAs, all being this. So,
the trend that I want to see come through, and I think it's going to happen eventually, are just straight up stouts.
Yeah. Regular
stouts, where eventually people will get tired of the pastries, get tired of the barrel aged. Don't get me wrong, I love my barrel aged stouts, I really do. But getting the Carton pushed back against it with unjunked at one point, and I'd love to see that trend come through where everyone's just putting out like a Yeti.
Yeah,
let's because there's so much range within just your basic stout.
Sure.
No, risky as hell. Yeah, I'd love to see that trend come around.
Yeah. I hear you.
It's all up to the drinker.
It's
the
right?
Consumer. It's all up to consumer.
You said supply demand.
No brewer is going to make a beer that someone doesn't want to drink. And there are brewers.
That's not true.
Not going to be a lot.
We know a few brewers who make beers that they know no one wants to drink.
Yeah, but they're not the biggest. There's not what keeping the door open. That's for sure.
No,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, some do a little bit of fuckery just to appease themselves, and will brew something that they don't think anybody will drink, and then every now and then they'll
surprise, they'll hit the nail on the head and actually make something that nobody thought they'd want to drink, but they actually do like it.
Yeah.
But well, it like you hit the nail on the head though, Joe. It's all about the consumer. It's all up to them, and I'm really liking the fact that a lot of these lagers, Czech lagers. Hold on one second. Matt just said, "Got to run." We'll definitely look to visit Brix soon. Take it easy, Joe.
Later,
yes,
Matt.
we'll be up there. So
Matt, let me know. I'm right here.
Absolutely.
But then there's that whole thing. Oh, I'll let John.
I was just going to say, I'm loving the fact that a lot of these lagers that are coming out, whether they be the Tamale Pivos or just Czech lagers or Czech Pilsners or
you say Tamale Pivos?
Tamave Pivo. Tamave Pivo.
So Mexican Pivo?
Not Tamale Pivo. No, that's a different beer completely. That's a Mexican lager with some pepper in it.
A little bit of spice.
Anyway, but I'm liking the fact that they're not just being made. People are actually enjoying them, and there's people that are actually going out of their way, and it's not just us, per se. It's people that are expanding their palates a little bit,
Yeah.
John, we have got another beer that we need to have someone make. Tamale Pivo.
A Tamale Pivo. There you go.
A Czech lager with chili in it.
A dark Czech lager with chilies. Tamale Pivo. There you go.
Tamale Pivo.
Tamale Pivo.
Well, guys, I actually got to go.
We're done.
We are done.
Shouting at me.
You got it. Let me do the close, and then we'll sign off.
Yeah, but I've had a great time with you guys.
You got it.
It's been awesome.
The spiel. No, it's been great. Thank you, Joe, for coming on. We appreciate you taking the time and being on with us tonight. Let me just do the close, and then we'll sign off. Don't hang up. Don't sign off until.
Hang up.
There you go. Just stay there for 1 second. Here we go. Anyway, we'll wrap the show up on that note for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thanks for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and, of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night around 6:30. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, and iHeartRadio as well. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Joe, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And as my shirt says, Merry New Year!
Merry New Year!
Take care, guys. Drink a lot, but drink responsibly, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.